It's like your entire population is just gone. And not even in a terrifying way, it's just like they're all out at once and I can't... Oh, never mind. Alright, this just got a whole lot scarier. And not just because there is a blatant fucking dead body just standing next to your alchemy table. I'm sure that's perfectly fine and natural and no one ever seems to have a problem with that as long as it's an alchemist, but someone had to die for this, sir. In case you didn't notice. What do we got over here? Dispel. And you're straight up enchanting your chests instead of locking them. Which is for some reason even more suspicious. It said I dispelled it, but it's still making me unlock it again. Oh right, dispel and then unlock. He fucking doubled up. And the god number has already abandoned us. Which means the gods have fucking abandoned us, and who the hell could blame them? They all took inventory slots, and I didn't realize that was going to be a thing. I am unbelievably sad about that. That doesn't seem right. That absolutely does. Oh my god, give me some fucking lockpicks back, please. Is it like directly in the middle? Did I even have to move from the start? Probably not. But I am an idiot, in case you hadn't noticed, on life and death. There are actually a couple of books I wanted to read, aren't there? I think it was Fey Death and now on... Yeah, let's read Fey Death. Because I've always wondered about this. And I don't think we've read this before, so... as always, if you want to skip this, because it will be a big old chunk of text, please do feel free, but if you want to stick around, you're just extra sexy today, aren't you? The Immortal Fae by Oddvald Beinothas. We know you. You are... from... Iton? You're from one of the many villages that we've recently visited. And I did something for you, but I can't quite figure out what. 6. Fae are generally very thoughtful and reflective. They act not generally very thoughtful or reflective. They act confidently on their instincts, and centuries of experience and custom have conditioned Fae to think very little of the prospect of what the young races call death. The current age has brought with it increasing irregularities in regeneration, likely with the growth in mortal magic. In the past, Fae were not much bothered about their own personal demise or passing into this great cycle, which they often view as a form of growth, a magical ascension. The actual act of dying, however, was viewed as something akin to slumber, an interruption, and the Fae viewed it as a child might, with a combination of resentment and impatience. The more an individual showed an interest in present events, the more inconvenient it would be for him to pass on. I guess that 2 is just not meant to be there, but whatever. The Fae are also abstractly aware that the difference conditions of I guess that means different. This is full of fucking typos today. Different conditions of death for the young races, and only now beginning to appreciate the universal fear of mortality that eludes them. Unfortunately, empathy is not one of the race's many strengths. However, with rebirth becoming more and more unreliable, the Fae have acquired an almost human apprehension toward danger, sensing what has been known to mortals for many centuries, that life is precious, and that extinction is a threat faced by every creature of nature. Including them now, I guess, Damn. I don't want to let them die, but everyone's telling me it's basically... PM, what's that? Everyone's telling me it's basically inevitable. I just want to save my boys. The Memoirs of Patrick Morkan. 1 month is... What would you sound like? Your name's Patrick, so I immediately think Irish or starfish, but I don't really know what a starfish accent would be. So, 1 month has passed since my beloved Jane passed from this world. 1 month, and yet an eternity. I've changed so much. It began as a night like any other. We had spent the evening reading by the fire. I had treatises on Alfar ward magic. She one of those romantic fictions I found so irritating, and for which I often mercilessly teased her. It was a simple night. A night the likes of which we had enjoyed hundreds of times before. A night the likes of which we thought we would enjoy hundreds of times yet. And yet, it was not meant to be. Sometime in the night, peacefully, her heart gave out. She died in quiet, and I awoke alone. What a moment that was for me. It was a moment of great pain and grief, and then finally, of transformation. In that moment, I was forced to confront the 32 years we had spent together. 32 years of laughter and love, of humility and quiet and companionship. I loved her so much. I could see her face the day we met. I had been in Rathir, a young man still, studying for my entrance exams to the Scholia Arcana. My instructors called me gifted with regard to transformative and construction magics. I thought I had a promising career ahead in the contemplative world of the arcane. I hoped to one day build great wonders. That day I was running late to my initiation trial, so I cut across a lawn and through an alley I had never braved before. And standing there upon the street corner as I emerged was the loveliest of prostitute angels, selling flowers from a basket at her hip. She was from a mare, I would later find out. She had made the trek with an armful of irises in the hopes that she might see the big city and have a taste of some adventure. You mean she was just straight up heiress from Final Fantasy? Like, in every single way? What the fuck? I watched her momentarily, my initiation trial forgotten. Then, with uncharacteristic courage, I strode forward and solicited her attention for a moment. She undoubtedly found me gangly and unimpressive in my robes, but when I drew a violet flower from her bundle and asked her name, she grew quiet. "Jane," she hesitantly whispered. I could still see her half smile, uncertain in the bright Rathir sunshine. And with a flourish, I drew my ink-stained fingers up from the flower stem and consuming the thing in a flash of fire. My hands flew apart as the flames gently wafted upwards, spelling out her name. Her eyes grew bright at the silly display for which my teachers would undoubtedly scold me. And as she began to ask how the trick was done, I pulled another iris from my sleeve, this one the colour of sunset. Red and gold and blue, which apparently the sun is in this world now. The colour of the flame itself. "Then please accept this, dear Jane." I paused, my breath shallow. "Its beauty, like yours, will never fade." In retrospect, I was a horribly romantic youth, and I never made it into my initiation trial. Do I regret the 32 years I spent with Jane? I dare not, but at the same time, I realised that she only held me back from my full potential. For certain, I continued to pursue my arcane crafts, but alone, a tinkerer, an enthusiast, and a seller of trinkets, I could never reach my full potential. In that moment when she was gone, it was as if a part of me died with her. A part, I think, that had kept me in check. A part called restraint. And now what wonders I can work now! At first, my grief and my pain found an outlet in the craft room, and I began to build bigger and more ambitious constructs. My spells more dangerous and more ambitious. But after only 7 days, did I begin to conceive the theretofore inconceivable, that I might use the growing magic within my person to reconstruct and reanimate my fallen wife. Necromancy, my teachers would call it, among other less savoury terms. Is there much savoury about necromancy, my friend? 'Cause I wouldn't exactly think so. But I mean, I'm a big fan of it. I'm constantly using my summon. I mean, if my summon could not use the bones of every single fucking corpse I find nearby, then I would consider it. But right now, that's all it can do, because that's all the devs bothered to build, so... It is a magic taboo, a forbidden art, an art for which I found myself aptly suited. It was, of course, the gravest of mistakes. Jane's soul is gone, her body imbued with a force born from my very misery and solitude. May walk and talk, may breathe and blink and eat, but it is not alive. Perhaps that is as well. Magic grows within me, and reason wanes. I can see myself slipping further each day, lost perhaps to my art, simply to melancholia. Boundaries are gone, sense has fled, but at least my promise to Jane will remain. Now, like the iris I gifted her that day, so long ago, her beauty will never fade. Yeah, was kind of expecting to be instantly murderized as soon as I turned around. So, unless your wife was a skeleton in her more beautiful years, I assume this isn't her. I assume she is very much trapped down in that cellar of yours. And I imagine, eventually I might have to take her out. Either for, not on like a wonderful date, I will leave that to you, hopefully when she's a bit less of a corpse. Maybe in the afterlife or whatever the fuck, should that even exist. I imagine it doesn't exist in this world since the Fae is sort of immortal. It wouldn't really make sense if the Fae are just never allowed to go there and will remain in this shit world while everyone else is sort of ascended to the great beyond or whatever the fuck, right? That's the readouts. Can I ever meet this Patrick boy? Because I really want to see what the fuck became of Jane. Not for any kind of morbid fascination reasons, but because, like, what the fuck? This is both incredible and awful, and I have to know what the hell is going on. How am I getting so very confused by all these different buildings? Reed House. Then that's the tavern. Meaning the only one I haven't checked out that isn't the tavern is this thing over here. Kandrian Goods. At least this isn't one I have to immediately smash my way into. With weirdly no repercussions. I don't know why I'm even slightly able to do that. I want to kill your chickens. I want to kill your chickens. I'm still so sure there's going to be an achievement for it, but if there isn't, then I will just feel like an absolute monster who's been doing this the entire game. So, oh, I need that. I absolutely need that. How stupid are you? You're the fucking shopkeep of, like, the one general store in the entire land. And you're just going to let me steal right from you? Not even going to turn around? No, because apparently you can see throughout the back of your fucking scalp. Okay, there we go, never mind. His scalp is not nearly as smart as I initially thought. Come on, you prick, come on! He won't see me on 3%, will he? I still kinda don't want to risk it. There we go. Because I didn't save, and I don't want to replay a whole, like, fucking second of gameplay. That would be awful. What have we got up here? Armoire, it's just peasant tunic. This thing, it's just farmer bullshit. Durant Strongbox. Wait, Durant? Durant! You're not Durant. I swear Durant is everyone's favorite kidnapping cunt man, or whatever the fuck I've been calling him. I don't remember. I mean, I could use Prismere, but I don't care. I'm happy to break a couple of lockpicks if it's for something half decent. Just how half decent are you? A few relatively terrible rings. Oh boy, did that really deserve a very hard look? I really don't fucking think so, but whatever. We have taken everything you could ever possibly own of value, and now I'm gonna buy a shitload more lockpicks from you. Oh no, you're Durant. Okay, well that's disappointing, but your name is Alagus, or whatever, and that is the most disgusting thing I think my ears have ever experienced, so talk to me.
What may Durant Alagus do for you?
Please don't say it. I've already said it once in my entire existence, and I never ever want to hear it again. Do you happen to have lockpicks, my friend? Because I just stole a shitload from you, and I could very much do with replacing that. There we go. You have a lot of gems, huh? And a surprisingly decent amount of, magical gear. In fact, only magical gear. Which makes me very interested in the rest of this town. Is it just a town entirely populated by mages? Because I am very much down for that. Durant Alagus.
Trading goods in Melaglir is just a necessity for me. I've always wanted to travel and study the esoteric elements of alchemy. But alas, where can one find time for such pursuits?
Dude, if that guy who looked like 23 was like 55, then you must be at least 403 years old. I think you might be a bit past your prime, sir. Kandrian.
This land is old, my friend. Old indeed. Used to be that the lords of the Alfar ruled over much of the Arathel from the keep to the east of here.
And I'm disappointed that we don't anymore.
Now it's just the keep and this village.
Oh, still ruled over by elves, though. I think this might be the first human I have ever ran into that is ruled over by any of us, as opposed to vice versa. I like, and you seem to be doing pretty damn well. You only have 3 conversation options, so you're clearly not fleshed out in the fucking slightest, but I'm glad the Dokkalfar aren't as scummy as they normally seem. Aglir, whatever the fuck. Words.
Aglir was never a particularly bustling town, but with the recent disappearances and the Tuatha Raiders nearby, few visitors come here anymore. It makes me sad.
So I'm starting to think that Kandrian is a region, and it just contains towns like this, but I mean, it's called the Kandrian Guards. You'd think they would call themselves Melaglia Guards, if that's all this was. I don't know, it seems a little bit too small to be Kandrian anyway, so I'm very happy to accept it's just Melaglia or whatever the fuck. I don't know, man, let's check the world map. Oh yeah, Kandrian is like this entire fucking place. Well, that makes a hell of a lot more sense, never mind. I am just a silly, silly Billy. Let's go check out the Raven. Ooh. Oh. There is one side quest. In this entire fucking village, they managed to conjure up a whole one side quest. It's kind of disappointing, to be honest. I love just going to every new village and picking up 1,000 different fucking missions. It makes me a very, very happy man. Please, shut up! I might start turning off my, shield unless it is like 100% gonna be a place full of battles. But when I'm just wandering around through relatively normal fucking... Hello? I don't think I've ever seen a container get lockpicked only for it to be completely fucking empty. That is so mean. Astley Golgotti. Well, that is the most terrifying name I think I've heard in my entire life, so let's figure out why Rick Astley died, shall we? Who's detecting me? Go away. Read your fucking book. I could just be sleeping in here. I could have paid for a room. I definitely didn't because I'm a cheap motherfucker, but you don't know that. Stop looking at me. I'm probably getting changed. Kind of their fault for just not putting a door on this thing for some fucking reason, but whatever. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Didn't notice on a 20% chance. I seem to never ever get noticed, even if I'm not actually being all that careful, huh? I'm a lucky boy. Dear Ms. Golgotti, we regret to inform you that your son, Astley Golgotti, was killed in battle outside Fire Trench when an enemy force ambushed his unit. Sincerely, General Tolera, Alfar Army. General Tolera, Alfar Army. Okay, so we're just collecting a sort of, dossier of everyone who fucking died. Man, they are cold as hell, huh? No real apology, just, oh, we regret to inform you it's cookie cutter. It's literally copy-paste for every single one. Not like how it was an honor to serve alongside their fucking son or something. Wow! I guess maybe just because 1 billion fucking people died and there isn't nearly enough time to write out all those when you're sort of constantly getting ass-fucked by giants. But, you know, could have at least tried a little harder, don't you think? Right, I can't stand it anymore. Go away, shield, thank you. Right, you're the one with a mission for me. You, sir, are Matix Dace. And you have a very, very lovely chest. Not in that way, even though I'm very much sure you do, but I didn't get a chance to take a good look at it. On alchemy, I think we've already read that. We've read so many books about like very similar to that, so I assume we've read that one. Oh, come on! That was so worthy of a first try. But obviously I did that on purpose just to get back down to the god number that we should always remain at. You're all terrible. I'm not even bothering with that. It's a little bit of money, but I couldn't care less about money anymore in this game. Ooh. You're Patrick. And as far as I can tell, you're human. Which is not what I expected in the slightest. You live in Rathir, you live in this town. I very much expected you to be Elvish, but for once they're making the humans the absolute scum. He's not scum. He did it because he was broken when his wife died, but... I mean, come on, man. It's still necromancy. You're still scum in some kind of way. She is still basically a zombie. And no one wants to bang a zombie, right? Who's Arion?
Welcome to Mel Aglir, last bastion of hope in all of Kandrian.
Oh, you're clearly the dude who's been reading all the lore stones in this place. And your voice is just as pathetic as I expected. Tuatha!
They are a curse upon this world. All they bring is destruction and death. I cannot understand how my uncle can allow them to ravage this land unopposed.
You sound like you're a 5-year-old in the Christmas play. All they bring is destruction and death. Like, what the fuck is this voice acting? Like, I appreciate your voice, but there's no direction. Be at least a little bit mad. You can have a voice that high and soft and still sound mad about things. All they bring is destruction and death! Like, that was the first try and still pretty damn terrible. But it's still better than whatever the fuck that was, my friend. Also, I'm sick. I'm sick as shit right now. And you sounded like that? You got paid for that, no offense. Malaglir.
New home, as it were. My uncle banished me from the keep, so here I am. In truth, I do not mind. The villagers are far kinder and more pleasant to be around.
You sound more angry and passive-aggressive during something that's supposed to be making you happy than the entire world being ended by an army of crystalline super soldiers. What? What are you talking about, sir? You make me ashamed to be Dokkalfar. Lord Candria.
Growing up, my mother did not speak of her family here in Candrian. The few times she mentioned them, I got the feeling that she did not care for them. I am beginning to understand why. I tried to talk to my uncle about the Tuatha Menace, but he immediately cut me off and banished me from the keep. I do not think.
Oh, so you used to be noble, huh?
Obstinate.
Maybe that explains why you're basically completely fucking emotionless and sound like you have never met another fucking human in your entire life. And the answer is, because you never have. Ah, Gandria. By human, I just mean mortal, because I am also not human, but still.
I have not seen much of it, as I have only recently arrived in the region. I spent my childhood in the north with my father's people, the Ljosalfar.
Oh, you're a half-breed. Which sounds really insulting, but I mean, you're sort of like, what's the difference between a light elf and a dark elf? What's the in-between between, like, light and dark? Lukewarm? Are you a lukewarm elf? No, that's got nothing. That is temperature, you fucking moron. One day my brain will return to, being at least slightly half fucking decent, but today is not that day. Tell me about yourself. I don't think we've ever met a half-breed. I didn't know they could exist, so even though we're considered two entirely different races, we're still very much the same species, huh? Or we wouldn't be able to wangle in the slightest. Interesting. Alright, Arion, right on.
I grew up in the far north, son of a Ljosalfar trader. I couldn't have been happier. My mother spoiled me rotten.
It very much shows, my friend.
And wonderful people. It is hard for me to understand why fate would take them from me so suddenly.
Oh, they got murderized. For some reason, I wasn't really paying attention to that. And you're still just... why would my parents die? Oh world, you're such a meanie. That's not how people talk. No one in all of existence would ever sound like this. Like, I understand you have never met another living being in your entire life, apart from the family corgis and your mother that seems to be a bit aroused by you. But come on, man, you can do better than this. You're in a bar, you are seeing people react, and apparently you have a friend. How? Oh yeah, because he's fucking a dead person. You're both as terrible as each other. What is my mission with you, though? I understand that, I now know who you are, but I don't know why I'm supposed to talk to you. Are you one of the dudes who took the staves? No, I have all the staves. Still have no idea what I'm supposed to do with them, but I have them. Can't just be a fucking task. You can't fucking relegate the magical necrophile to a task, surely. He's definitely not main quest. Or is he? No. What are you? Okay, we're gonna figure this out. Patrick Morkan.
On a darkling wind she rose, gripped within impassioned throes, and I, her chosen witness proud, did fall beneath her endless shroud.
See, you're not totally terrible. Stick to your poetry. Stop fucking dead people.
The poet was discussing death. I am Patrick
Oh,
Morkan.
it's not even yours? That's depressing. No, buddy. I really don't know what I could ever possibly want from you. Lakara fell. I don't know who this is. Who is this mission for? Oh my god. Look at that absolute Adonis in the distance staring me down in all the right fucking ways. I don't like the fact he never blinks. That's a little bit absolutely terrifying. And his arm is definitely doing some obscure rubbing off in the distance there. But yeah, you play dumb. I noticed the rubbing. You just stare at... Oh no. No, he wants me to notice. He's just checking if anyone else can see. Oh man. I can't wait to talk to you later. Tell me about yourself and or your dead wife, who is probably covering your wang and maggots as we speak.
You wish to know of me? I once owned a shop where I sold trinkets to passers-by. Then my wife was taken. Now I spend my days in the Raven, watching people, waiting to die.
Why? You're an incredibly powerful mage. You could do good with that magic instead of bringing back just creatures that do not want to come back. Like, you can't go against... Maybe you can go against fate now that I'm here, but I don't think you can just drag a soul back into the cycle, right? That's not how it works. Not for us mere mortals, anyway. Melaglir.
11 years I've called this place my home. It was once a peaceful town, but lately peace seems to be in short supply.
Oh no! Oh god! He's part of the Scholia Arcana. He is my mission for these guys, I guess? No? Or at least part of it. Maybe I can ask him where my contact is, because he's probably done horrible things. Like, you can just sort of look at that mustache. Anyone with facial hair like that is already guaranteed to be the villain. Those are the rules of all of the world. Kandria.
After invading in the east and the bandits marauding in the west, it seems that death is making a home of Kandrian.
And talk to me about the very fucking concept of death, even after you just told me that your wife recently died, because I am a good and tactful person.
That is why you are here now. Death has come to Melaglir, and you are but a step behind her. Pardon me. Grief tends to push me toward theatrics.
Clearly, and I love everything about it.
Among the first of our villagers to disappear. But we are a private people, and we prefer to keep our dead exactly where they lie. Good and buried.
Is that so, my friend?
More of it.
Wait. Your wife was among the first to disappear, and more people keep fucking disappearing, huh? Oh, I wonder what could have possibly caused that. Maybe the exact same thing that caused your wife's disappearance? You know, you? Well, I mean, also a heart attack, but you didn't exactly put her body on display, now did you? At least not for the public. Maybe for you in some weird, sick fucking games in the basement. Guess we better find out. Have you seen Dokkalfar? Does she also happen to be in your fucking basement?
A particularly belligerent woman, if I recall. I believe she left our village recently for parts unknown. Master Dace made quite the fuss. Apparently, she left her possessions in a footlocker in her room.
Well, that's useful, I guess.
Left in a hurry.
But I don't believe you in the fucking slightest. Where do you think she went?
How would I possibly know? So good of you to stop by.
I don't like this. The Unquiet Bride as well. I've only just really noticed what that fucking quest name obviously alludes to. No, I don't care about your existence. I'm trying to see if he's got a key to the fucking basement. I'm not going to take it here. Oh my are you him? Are you trying to stop me from pickpocketing this necrophiliac monstrosity? Because stop, that's not a good look for you. He's got a key. He's got a key. Oh no, man. Oh, this is so bad. Alright, well I'm going to make my way up here. And we're going to quickly loot the fuck out of it. Who the hell are you? Oh, you're the dude who was staring me down the entire time. Okay, kind of makes me a little bit more suspicious now you're blatantly stalking me, but I'll take it. Lakara's journal, a fuckload of lockpicks, so we replaced the master number. Alright, fine, whatever. Let's have a lovely little read. I'm not looking forward to reading this. I am very, very nervous about what could possibly end up happening in this mission. Maybe it's just a horrible little bit of information about him that never really leads anywhere. But the fact you can blatantly break into his cellar makes me not believe that in the slightest. We're gonna see some horrible shit, but luckily it's gonna be in this adorable cartoony art style, where beheadings have so little impact because blood is all nice and 2D and adorable. But anyway, not 2D, you know what I mean. It's just a cutesy little, I don't know what I'd call it. It's not cartoony. It's just very stylized. And that means anything fucking goes, apparently. What do we got down here? There it is. The Journal of Dokkalfar. She's a belligerent woman, right? Let me take a big fucking sippy before I even attempt a female voice, because today I'm feeling pretty goddamn gross. Hold on. Please ignore that disgusting snifflage. I have no choice. This, what do a belligerent women sound like? How do I go full fucking Karen mode? Which is a mode no one should ever have to venture into other than me. I will take one for the team here. I don't know what a... British Karens, I feel, are very, very different to American Karens. I don't really know where to begin. Channel my inner fucking mom, I guess. What the fuck was that? This cursed village is so caught up in the Tuatha at their door, they have become blind to the monster within their midst. An entire family has been slaughtered, several more individuals gone missing, and unknown travellers pulled from the roads. And they do nothing. I have gone completely un-Karen, but it works. Attempted to gain an audience with Lord Kandrian today. Again. Was refused at the gate. Again. Oh, I can't speak. I'm sorry. Was refused at the gate. Again. Idiots. This case continues to surprise. No clue is consistent. Some of the wounds appear to be from tooth or claw, but blood spray on the walls of the victim's home means it... What? Could have been made from a large blade, such as a greatsword. Numerous individuals have gone missing, but only 2 corpses have ever been found. Where are the others? Patrick Morkan knows more than he is telling. If I can just get into his basement, perhaps, I can uncover something more. At least the innkeeper, Master Dace, has been helpful in providing me with supplies and directions regarding the local area. A place he mentioned to me over dinner tonight, the Cave of Tulan. I think I will search there tomorrow. It might be connected to an old network of passageways that lead underneath the town. Or perhaps I will find evidence of whatever is taking the villagers there. Oh, I wonder what could possibly be doing that. Maybe the other suspicious boy you mentioned? No, definitely not. It's got nothing to do with Patrick. Not like I read his journal or anything. He blatantly admits his crimes for all to fucking see. I'm not even sure his chest was locked. I wonder if I can question him about that.
Good day.
Where are you, Big Pat? There you are.
You return. How may I be?